Tarrant? I don't know much about the place. I don't much like cities. Always feel so crowded, hedged in. I'd rather not say any more about it, really.
This is Tarrant, my friend. Can't say as I know much about it. I do know that if you need to find someone in particular, you should stop by the Hall of Records. When I was looking for P. Schuyler and Sons, that's what I did.
Isn't this Tarrant? Renford used to tell me about it and asked me to come and visit him here. Of course, I'm very glad to be here with you.
Oh, this is Tarrant, old boy. Bunch of stuffy old codgers and city folk. Pretty boring, if you ask me. But they say the sewers are crawling with all sorts of nasty creatures. Let's take a closer look!
Wouldn't this be Tarrant? I've never been here, but I heard that of all the places in Arcanum, Tarrant has benefited the most from technology. I've also heard that the Bates boy, Gilbert Bates, lives here as well.
What do I know of this place? This is Tarrant. What don't I know of it? Full of barbarous technologists and uncultured labourers. The whole damn city screams new money. We'll be hard-pressed to find a decent cup of tea in this place, not to mention they're not very fond of magical types like myself.
I know nothing of this place, but what a wondrous place it is. I've never seen so many people or such strange buildings. The world has changed so much.
I see. The boy who changed the world. A family who communes with the dead. And someone who might just change the world again. Sometimes the visions are confusing. I wish I knew more about what they meant.
Tarrant? Not as much as I would like, as I didn't get out much, understandably. Some days Mr. Parnell would take me out for strolls to drum up business, though. I thoroughly enjoyed myself on those outings, as I am now. Have I mentioned how grateful I am to you for allowing me to travel with you? Oh, yes, of course. Please excuse my ramblings. Well, on the southwest side of town there's the Boil, disgusting place, filled with orcs and other refuse. And then, of course, up in the northeast we have the upper classes. Why? Because I suffer the same indignities at the hands of civilized people? I think not. Those barely sentient monstrosities that I happen to resemble deserve their lot in life. I cannot feel remorse for them now that they're being put to work for the common good, instead of being allowed to skulk around some dungeon or to waylay passers-by. I believe Mr. Bates resides at the northeast end of the Kensington Broadway, if I recall correctly. I've never met Mr. Bates personally. He's much too famous to walk the streets. He'd be mobbed everywhere he went. I have had rather long and boring conversations with that Appleby fellow about Mr. Bates, though. I've never seen anyone hate someone else so much in my life. Well, imagine that. I cannot rightly say. After the long, tedious hours I've sat and listened to him drone on, I still cannot tell you exactly why he hates Mr. Bates. Professional jealousy, envy, who can say? Mr. Bates is a genius and Mr. Appleby is a fool. I suppose that is reason enough. I believe he lives somewhere along Low Dervish Way in the factory district. I'm not certain, though. Strange goings-on there, it seems. I was always hearing rumors of the dark agents and shady dealings. But you know how people are, always gossiping about things they don't understand, so who's to say, really? Grisly ends seem to meet those who deal with the Skylar's. There's even rumors of an association with ancient death cults.
Looks like Tarrant. I grew up here with Lawrence and my family. I've many good memories here. It is sad, though. I can see now that industry is choking this place. This is Shrouded Hills. There's an old Panari temple here. The Elder Joachim told me that it was once a very important place to the Panari. I don't know much else about the place beyond that.
Looks like Shrouded Hills to me. Not a whole lot to do in this little town, but I think there's a haunted mine around here somewhere. Chock full of monsters, I'm sure. Ha ha! Sounds like a jolly good time!
This looks to be Shrouded Hills, a small mining village from what I remember. I remember there was a battle not far from here during the clan wars.
I see an ancient house of the Defenders, a restless spirit, a place of prophecy. Does that mean anything to you?
I don't know, but it's bloody small and it smells like a barnyard. What is that? Cow droppings? Dear God!
Fantastic! This is Stillwater. They have that cult here, Gushana or something. They have an orgy every year and call it a religious festival. We should go speak with some of the locals, eh?
This is the town of Stillwater. I know they make fine weapons here, if you're interested in that sort of thing. More than one master sword maker has come out of this small town.
Yes, I know a bit about Stillwater. They've got some legend about a creature who roams the hills sucking the flesh off of unwary hunters or something like that. You know me, always ready to hear a good, scary story. I think they make fairly good weapons here as well.
Stillwater is home to the cult of Gestiana. Bunch of sexual deviants, if you ask me. Rotting around like farm animals, copulating with strangers. Disgusting. The whole festival celebrating their goddess is simply an excuse for a giant drunken orgy, if you ask me. I'm sure I don't know. Why are you so interested in it, pray tell?
Stillwater, home to the deadly Stillwater giant. Have I told you my story about that dreadful beast?
I used to want to live here. It is meant to be a nice place, but it's too big for my tastes.
Caledon? Yes, I'm actually from here. I've lived here for many, that I've visited here many times. You know, on my travels, during my search. It's a beautiful city. I recommend seeing the royal castle. It's quite a feat of architecture. More than likely, the dwarves had something to do with it.
This is Caledon. The first Panari temple is here. If we should seek answers about Nasreddin, then that is where we should go. I've heard a walk along the ocean front is breathtaking at night, and I can't think of anyone I'd rather see it with. If only there wasn't so much to do. You're making it difficult to keep to the task at hand. You and I will have to return here when our journey is complete.
Well, it's not a bad place. Better than Tarant, but not much. Full of old nobles who wouldn't know good taste from the rumpled bloomers, and they still got a bloody king here. Talk about antiquated political views. It's enough to make a man toss his crumpets.
Caledon is a proud city. Back before, when the dwarves were more active in the affairs of the world, we helped build this magnificent city. A dwarf actually designed the royal castle. They've destroyed the original dwarven lines by adding all that ill-conceived human technology. Shameful.
Majestic Caledon, the longest-standing monarchy in all of Arcanum. The Farads have ruled over their prosperous kingdom for over 1,000 years. They've managed to maintain their prosperity by being open to changing with the vagaries of the day. They embrace both magic and technology.
Caledon! This is truly my home. I have always wanted to return here, but fear kept me away. I am truly free now.
I see a man who can fly, and a lie that was buried. Interesting, to say the least.
Ashbury. I hate towns like this. Boring, backwards people. Not much in the way of excitement either.
Ashbury? 2 words. Old people. Of course, there is quite an interesting castle not far from here. Seem to remember something about it being haunted. Just my sort of thing.
I don't know much about this place except for the pits. The Durnholm pits are reputed to be the most miserable prison in Arcanum, worse even than the Isle of Despair.
Durnholm? A dying kingdom, and that's putting it nicely. King Praetor has made some, let's call them questionable judgments concerning the use of technology in his kingdom. It just goes to show what happens when you put too much store in the ways of magic.
Alas, poor Durnholm. Once home to the legendary Dragon Knight, It has fallen on hard times since Praetor became king some 60-odd years ago. He despises old technology, and I think he's recently become sour on magic as well.
Durnhelm? Oh, God, don't get me started. There's never been a more pathetic, boring, depressing place in the history of Arcanum. Wasn't always this way, but good old King Praetor has doomed the place through his stupendous short-sightedness. The sooner we leave here, the better.
It's unclear. I see an old betrayal and a place of lost souls. I think this is a very sad place indeed.
Are you serious? This is where the elves live? You know what that means, eh? Elven women. Oh, I've heard tales, I tell you.
Kintara, home of the elves? I don't know anything, nor do I care to, thank you very much. I'd rather not speak of it any more.
Kintara, city of the air in the old elven tongue. Oldest elven city in all of Arcanum. Well, I wouldn't say I'm fluent in it by any means, but I've picked up a few things over the years.
Why, this is Kintara, the ancestral home of the elves. Fairly boring place. You know, the elves have never been much for adventure, excitement. Usually out singing to trees or some such nonsense. Not really my cup of tea at all. But the glimmering forest is full of strange creatures. I'm sure we could find one or two that are deadly enough to warrant our attention. Perhaps we should take a look.
Kintara? The elven tree city? Well, if I knew that, I'd be a rich man. Not that I'm poor by any standards, of course. But the location of Kintara is a well-sought-after secret. You'll be hard-pressed to find someone who knows where it is.
This is Kintara, home of the elves. Well, some of the elves. I have little else to say of the matter.
This is Kintara. It's insanity to live this far from the ground, if you ask me. I don't like it here, truth be told. I can feel magic in the air, and it makes me nauseous.
I've never set my eyes on this place before, but I have heard tales of it, the memories of life. I once had an elven mistress. I still remember her face as I left her to fight in the battle that would take my life.
This is the Ring of Brodgar. Joachim told me that it was what the Panari originally based their religion around, but it seems to have become unimportant somehow. He was rather upset about it, as a matter of fact. Joachim's a bit of a purist, he is. I wish I could remember what its importance was.
The Ring of Brodgar. My family visited there once, when I was younger. They've got quite a gift shop there, from what I remember. But the whole time I was there, I felt sick. I think that damned place is stained with magic. Or at least that's what legend tells.
The Ring of Brodgar is the place where Aranex was banished to the void. The stones in the ring itself are the wards that hold him there. It is an old place, but empty. When you're there, you can feel the emptiness that the banishment caused.
The Ring of Brodgar? Well, it's all tied in with Nasruddin and Aronax. Oh, bother it all. I slept through most of my elven history classes. I seem to recall something about magical wards or some such nonsense.
The Ring of Brodgar. I sense something. There is magic here. Though it is still strong, it is fading slowly.
I see a great wound which strains against its dressing. I see a father's sorrow. And I see an old truth waiting to be found. This is a powerful place, full of pain and magic. And there is much to be learned here.
I'm simply flabbergasted, sir. To have thought that someday I'd be standing in Tula, fabled city of the mages. All I know of this place is its fabled riches, both in knowledge and artifacts, and the fact that most believe it is a legend.
Yes, this is bloody Tula, city of mages. Ugh, you can feel the magic in this place. Makes me want to lose my breakfast just thinking about it.
This is fabled Tula, the city of mages. It's a beautiful city full of wonder and magic. Simeon Tor is the master mage here. Perhaps we ought to seek him out. You know, this is truly a wonderful place. Even more so because you're here with me.
I dare say this is Tula, city of mages, home of the old wizards and all that. I'm sure there's plenty to see around here, but I must say that most of the fellows I've met from Tula tend to be somewhat on the dry side. But just outside the walls are the Graaff wastes. Never a boring moment out there. 1,000 ways to die at every turn. Ha ha! Good show!
Oh, I know Tula all too well. Spent 2 of the most boring years here. Didn't leave on the best of terms with the headmaster, if you know what I mean. Crotchety old codger. Goes by the name of Simeon Tor.
Tula. I thought I felt nauseous in Kintara, but this is near unbearable. I can't stomach all this magic. I'm beginning to wish this place actually was a myth.
Not much is known about this place, except for the preponderance of monstrous beings that reside here. The name Thanatos, Island of Death, is derived from the belief that travelling here means certain death.
Thanatos? Bloody Monster Island. A place of death. And for some reason, I agreed to come along. Remind me to get my head examined when we get back to the mainland. If we get back there.
Thanatos, the Island of Death? I know very little of it beyond its reputation. I recommend that we be very cautious. And you, stay close to me. I won't let anything bad happen to you.
What do I know about Thanatos? What don't I know about it, old chap? Uncharted territories, evil man-eating beasts, and more myths and legends than a damned elven historian. Ha! No place I'd rather be!
This? Oh, it's only the Isle of Thanatos, Monster Island, I think they call it. Can't say as I'm extremely happy to be here, considering that it's more than likely the most dangerous place in all of Arcanum. Have I thanked you for the wonderful holiday, my friend?
I can tell you that Thanatos is no day in the park. I, for one, am looking forward to the pure thrill of combat against seemingly insurmountable odds. It will be a glorious death, eh? Ha! I like your sense of humor, boy. Don't take it so hard. There is a slight chance we will survive.
I see. What I see is impossible. I'd rather not speak of it. I see a great axe, and the pain of the one who wields it. I also see a flock of dark birds who speak with 2 mouths. I wonder what that means.
Yes, this is the Wheel Clan, home of King Logar Thunderstone. Watch your bloody step around here, and try not to embarrass me. More than likely I'll run into someone I know here, and probably have a few relatives here as well.
We're in the caverns of the Wheel Clan, home of the King of the Dwarves. I don't especially like dwarven homes. They're so restrictive. I feel so closed in. And as you probably know, there is no love lost between the elves and the dwarves. We are creatures of magic. And they, well, they're dwarves.
Oh, this is the Wheel Clan! Wonderful place! Although dwarves being dwarves, they don't usually let people like me run around their caverns. Rumour has it that there's an old abandoned mine around here that's just full to the brim with ferocious beasts. Right! Let's have at it then!
What do I know about this place? You must be jesting. The Wheel Clan is my home. I know everything about this place.
Oh, excuse me, sir. I was thinking about someone I knew that was sent here. He was killed within a week. It pains me to even think about it. This is truly a horrible fate.
What? An island? No self-respecting dwarf makes it his business to know about islands. Too much bloody water about it. Give a dwarf mountains and valleys, but keep him away from water. Ugh, the thought.
This island has been a penal colony for a century at least, though I'm not sure when it was actually first put to use in this manner. There is some sort of inexplicable field surrounding the island that makes teleportation off it impossible. A very important feature in a penal colony, say what?
The Isle of Despair? Full of criminals and evil sorts? I really don't mind the place all that much.
This is Senang, the home of the Dark Elves. I recommend you tread carefully here.
What do I need to know? It's full of elves, and they're fairly disagreeable elves at that. So, not to put too fine a point on it, I know that I don't like it at all. And the sooner we can get out of here, the better. Any other bloody questions?
This is Senang, home of the Dark Elves. Their very presence repulses me. Let us leave this place as soon as possible.
I can't say I know anything about it, but I must admit I'm having a wonderful time here. These Dark Elves are my sort of people. You can just feel the evil flowing through the place. Not a bad spot for a summer home.
Dark Elves. This is their home. Senang, I spit on you.
Ah, it's so vivid. I see a great storm, and all lost in its raging. I see something else. A thing of death. It's too much. I can't look anymore.
I think this is the ruins of old Graaff. There have always been rumors and legends as to its existence, but I've never thought to actually see it. This is a dark place, an evil place. We should do what needs to be done and leave here as soon as possible.
Didn't you say this was the Graaff ruins? This is all new to me. Frightening little place, really. I can't say as to how I've ever been so scared in all my life. Brilliant!
Graaff ruins? I wasn't even aware there was such a thing. I mean, I'm not surprised. Just about anything that spends any time in the Graaff wastes is going to come to ruin. Sometimes I'm just so bloody clever.
I cannot see anything. Or perhaps it is better to say that there is too much to see. But I think we are very close to the answers we seek. The journey for both of us is almost over.
What do I know about the bloody void? I know I don't like it here one bloody bit. Let's get our business done and get back to Arcanum. I've had just about enough of legends, prophecies, and anything of that sort.
I can't say that I know anything about this place. It's like nothing I've ever seen. So strange and so still. I've not felt the wind at all. And there's no sun here. Where does the light come from? As if time itself had forgotten it was even here.
I don't like this place. It's filled with pirates and brigands. None of these sea dogs can be trusted, I tell you.
I believe this is Blackroot. I seem to remember something in the news about Blackroot wanting to join the Unified Kingdom. Other than that, it's best known as a port town, boats coming in and out and the like. Nothing a dwarf would take an interest in.
I believe this is Blackroot, a small fishing town on the eastern coast. I don't know much about it, I'm afraid. I've been thinking about you. I mean about us. After all this is over, I mean. Oh, nothing. It's just that, well, I really enjoy your company. Perhaps we might spend some time together once we've taken care of things. I mean, only if you'd like to. You make me very happy, even in light of all that stands before us. Thank you so very much.
Ah, this is Blackroot, old boy. I live here. Fairly standard little fishing town, but there's not a better place in all of Arcanum if you're looking for someone to take you on an adventure. Most of the crusty old sea captains can be found down at the Sour Barnacle, a tavern right near the docks. Of course, the ale there is a bit sour as well. But you can't have it all, can you? No, of course not. Ha ha! Jolly good!